All right, so today we are doing a demo for Invest Nest. This is a AI-driven deal analyzer for real estate investors. Basically, what we want to do is help you find the perfect investment property, and we're going to be using AI to do that. Basically, breaking down all the numbers that you have, putting it into a formula, allowing AI to analyze it, and giving you a breakdown of basically everything that has to deal with the property from that point, and AI driven analysis on whether or not you should move forward. So let's go ahead and get started with the demo. I do have some dummy information that we will be using today to go over to do this demo. But this is in the beta version. It is free to use. I hope everyone takes the time out to, if you are a real estate investor, takes the time out to um, check out InvestNets, see if it works for you. Give us some feedback. We'll start with that. We got the give feedback button right here. Works as soon as you send us a message or feedback. Basically, if there's a bug that you found, there's a new feature that you are interested in us implementing, or if you just have a general question, all of that is sent to our email, and we will get back to you as fast as we possibly can. So, because we do value every user that we get, because we definitely want to see this become something that's very useful to investors. Anybody that's in the field, if you need a quick analysis of a property, if you're new to investing, even if you're experienced at investing, and this project was built off of my relationship with a real estate investor, and basically as business partners, where I've seen him do deals, and I asked him what tool would help him out in the field, and this is how this idea was birthed. So yeah, we're gonna go through a full demo. I'm gonna show you all the features that you can do with InvestNets, and then we're going to basically release this to the public. Hopefully, everyone loves it. Hopefully, all real estate investors are able to use it, and we're able to add more and more features and get bigger and get as big as we possibly can. So we'll start with here. Here's some of the features: AI property analysis. So our AI engine analyzes market trends and property conditions to help identify high potential investments. ROI calculator, basically calculate accurate projections of renovation costs, potential sale price, and overall return on investment. So we do. There are comps that are available to you in this analysis. So you'll be able to see that as we go along. And then market data. So we also have market data that access to comprehensive market information, real-time property data from trusted resources. Trusted resource right now is Zillow, so we do use Zillow Scraper API to get our information. So we'll break down how it works before we actually go into it. Our platform, it basically just simplifies the entire fix and flip process. So it helps you find and analyze the best opportunities. So first, you can either search for a property, or you can add a property on your own if you are already in the field and you want to do a quick analysis of a property. You can enter the location, the budget, property investment criteria. Um, then you get an AI analysis. So the AI will analyze the properties to find the highest ROI, and then you'll be able to review the opportunity and then make a decision from there. So quick and easy process. Like I said, it's free to use right now, so it doesn't hurt to be able to have this type of tool while you're in the field. So this is our home screen, basically dashboard. You got your search, you got add property, and then you got portfolio. Now, portfolio is a feature that we recently added, and this is where you can store all the documents. There's a lot of documents that come with a fix and flip investment. And sometimes a lot of those documents can get lost in the shuffle. You got to save it to this hard drive, you're saving it to this computer. So we wanted to have one place where if you find an analysis or a property that you like and you want to keep all your documents stored in one place, then you can have the portfolio option on here. So yeah, got to sign in. My sign-in name is John Doe. I just wanted to I didn't have a name in mind. I don't want to use my name. I just wanted to use a test name. So let's go and head to the dashboard. So as we go to the dashboard, you'll see total properties, potential profit, average ROI. These are all the properties that you've either analyzed or you saved. Basically, the ones that you've saved. So these are all the properties that you analyzed, then saved, and then you can also see saved properties, where you can go here. You'll see a card that shows the actual property that you've saved recently, and then you can go to the recent analysis, and this is the only recent analysis that I've done. And then you go down a little bit more, you see profit by property, you see investment breakdown. It'll show you your holding costs, your purchase, closing, renovation costs. And then down here, you'll get another look at your recent saved properties. So let's go to add property. So I got some dummy information, like I said. So you add new property, you add all the basic information. So I'll start by using the dummy information. 1247 Maple Street. This is going to be Phoenix, Arizona. And then we got 85014. Property details. The asking price for this home is $2,285. If it was $2,000, that'd be great. $285,000. It's a single family. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Square footage, we got 1,650. And then the year it was built, 1995. And then the lot size, we have 7,200 square feet. Down here, you can add any extra additional information if you want to. So we got a brief property description that we can add. So I'll go ahead and add that. See if my computer wants to work with me and do a little copy and paste action here. So if you want to, describe the property, the condition, the features, the neighborhood, you can do all of that and add it here. So we got well-maintained single-family home in desirable Arcadia neighborhood. Of course, you may not speak like this when you're typing it in, but just to give you a look at what you can add. Important things like close to schools, shopping, and downtown Phoenix. So these are things that you can definitely add. Also, this is another feature that was requested by the investor that I work with to build this app. Being able to upload photos of the property while you're there. So you can upload photos for this particular analysis of the property and add it to the actual analysis. So when you come back to the app and you want to check it out, you'll have an up-to-date picture of what it looks like. So you can take as many pictures as you want. Well, not as many as you want. Maximum 10 pictures. So and 10 megabytes each. But 10 pictures is a solid, amount of pictures that you can have of a property, especially when it's just on the go. You want to take a couple of pictures to remember what you saw and to get some good information. So we're going to go to add property. Oh, I thought I had already put this in. Let's go back here. All right, so I thought I already added the Arizona property, but you got to do 2 letters, AZ. So I went for the whole thing. But so now let's go to add property. So it's going to create a property. It's going to ask you if you have any property photos. If you don't have any property photos, if you don't want to take any photos, you can click done. And it's going to load your property analysis. So this is where it gets really cool. If you added photos, this is where the photos will pop up at here. And then we got the renovation calculator. So most of the investors that I've talked to, some of the users that we already have, they're really good at already knowing what it needs. And once you've done a fair amount of fix and flips, rental properties, all of that, you have in your mind what's the best way to make a property profitable. So in that regard, we do have the your manual renovation costs. So our manual renovation costs, we're going to go at, let's say this property is going to need $33,500 worth of renovation costs. So you can do that, and then your renovation costs will be down here. Or you can go for a more broad approach, and you can click whether it be economy. So that means you're not going to do very fancy upgrades. You're not going to do a whole lot. You're just going to do what's exactly needed for the property. You can do standard, where mid grade finishes, as it has here. So like I said, not super fancy, but above the regular that will be involved. And then you can go premium, which is high end finishes. And once you click one of these, the drop downs will give you basically. So let's say if you have the kitchen, you want to do a basic refresh, you add that, and then it'll give you the economy value of what the basic refresh is. So, and then you'll see your total here for your selected renovations. All right, so let's say so you could do that for basically each one of them. You can keep adding it. You can go to standard, and then you can go down and go to, let's say, bathroom, and we're doing a full renovation on the bathroom. Anything that you can think of, and it'll add up your renovations here. But for the sake of the demo, I'm going to dismiss all those. We're going to say that you're a very experienced um, uh, real estate investor, and you already know what the total is going to be. So 33,500. All right, so we're going to go down here, and then we're going to give the after repair value. So the purchase price that we had was 285,000. So we're going to change that. Let's go ahead and change this amount. 200. 185,000. All right. And then our renovation cost is locked in from up top. And then our after repair value, we're going to go with 365,000. So once we get completely done with all the finishes and everything, this is what it will be. Our holding cost, we can add that as well. Holding cost is going to be, let's add, it's going to be, what do we have here? Holding cost 8,500. And then our closing costs, we're going to have 19,750. All right. As you can tell as you can tell here, this is going to give you a full investment breakdown. Once you give all the information involved with the investment, it's going to give you a full breakdown. So right now we're at, our purchase is 78%, our renovation is at 9%, our holding cost is at 2%, closing costs is at 5%, and then the profit is at 5%. So based off of the analysis, now. We also have profit target here. So what you're planning on profiting from the investment, so you can move this as much as you want, and it'll generate what you're trying to look for in terms of your profit. But here is the investment results based off of what we've already given. So the total investment would be $346,750. Estimated profit $18,250. So only a 5.3% return on our investment. So profit versus target. Basically, this is our profit target, and it shows you here if that's your target, you're negative $51,750. If that's what you were going for, you're off your target. So it's giving us basically a breakdown showing us, hey, this might not be what you need to do. This might not be the investment for you at this point in time. And then also here, you got AI investment analysis. It gives you a confidence score, it gives you the predicted ARV, and then a predicted ROI at 7%. The return on investment here was at 5.3%, but based off of the predicted ROI, we're looking at 7%. And then it will give you a breakdown of the market trends. So the Phoenix real estate market has been experiencing moderate growth over the past year with increased demand for single-family homes. However, the lack of comparable sales in the immediate area suggests limited recent activity, which could indicate either a niche market or potential undervaluation. So it'll give you risk factors, and basically give you a full breakdown, and you can do this on the spot. Now, a lot of people wouldn't have access to all this information, especially if you were just starting out as a real estate investor, or if you're an experienced real estate investor. You probably can think of all this on the top of your head, but at the end of the day, having it in front of you and being able to see this information is definitely a game changer. And down here is where it really gets cool. We got comparable properties. So because I did dummy information, it still is a real zip code. It only put up one address in our distance, but we're able to give a price range, give a distance, give days since sold, size difference, and then average price, median price, and average square foot with all. You can apply filters for the comps that you're trying to get. So that's the part that we're really looking at. That's going to set us apart. Right now, we're using the Zillow Scraper API to get this information. So it's not, as you can tell, it's not super detailed with the actual address and all that stuff, but it gives you a good amount of information that you can use moving forward to make a decision on whether or not you want to move forward with the investment. So that is the breakdown. So you can choose to save this analysis, or you can move forward with this deal. So once you move forward with the deal, it's put into your portfolio. Once you go to your portfolio, you'll see that it's saved in your portfolio. You're still analyzing, and you can see all of this information break down here. So you analyze, it's basically an opportunities funnel. So you can, you start from all, you go to analyze, you go to under contract, in rehab, listed for sale. So all these metrics are here for you to see in your portfolio. And then you can go back to find new deals. All right. So we can go back to our dashboard. We see we have 2 properties here. We see our potential profit, and these are all the properties, of course, that we've done analysis on. And then we get a full breakdown of everything that we've done. So this is a good way. Also, like once you get to the end of the year, you've done all of your investments. You've done a lot of analysis. You can get a full outlook within seconds of what you've done for the entire year, what you've done for the quarter, what you've done by month. Just to make sure you're on track with your goals in real estate investing. So I hope this is a tool that everyone would like to use. And I hope this is a tool that definitely is going to help and push real estate investing in this industry forward. I do see AI as something that's it's coming. It's not it's not going to stop or halt for anyone. So this is definitely an opportunity for you to implement AI into your real estate investing. So hopefully you enjoyed this demo. Like I said, InvestNets.app is free, so you are free to use it. It's in beta version, and we will take all the feedback that we can possibly get. So I hope to see some feedback from you, and I hope to hear from you and how you are enjoying this app. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.